guys are doing good back home under these COVID conditions. With respect to my old video, I just want to share you the compost done in my kitchen with the wet waste. We require three components over here, and before that, the components whichever you are seeing in this video is basically from a daily dump. So this vendor is located in Indranagar, Bangalore, and even they have all these accessories related to the dump waste is basically you can get it through Amazon. I don't think so they are on Flipkart, but I have seen most of the products getting sold at Amazon. So I personally got these things from the showroom itself, as it's closer to my residence over here. To get on, this is the first main unit where you see the three different parts: part A, part B, and part C. So as and then you get your dump from the kitchen wet waste, so you start dumping into the part A. Once it gets filled up, so this will go to the bottom one, and then you start filling up the next two as such. So as this process involves like around we are family members of three, and it around took me almost 2 months to fill up all these three parts. By the time the last one gets filled up, the bottom one will be available for your the next process of compost, which I will be telling you. And this is something which one of the key component for the compost to happen, and this is called a remix powder, and it's around a 5 kgs pack which I got it, and it costs around 160 rupees. So this material, if you look upon it, is just as your the cocoa peat. I can see few mixtures of different flavors. I'm not sure what are all those, but it is of more of the cocoa peat look and the feel and touch. And this is you need to have a microbes, which is part of the components, which helps actually the process of whole compost to get it done much faster way. So you have your own procedure to mix this around 1 or 2 spoons, which I will tell you. And this is 1 kg pack of around I believe it is 190 rupees. And this is neem, which also needs to be added along with your microbes. So this is actually, this helps out basically to avoid the unwanted bacteria to get into the wet waste. And this is around 250 grams, and they have different variations for different packages, but I got it the 250 grams, which is 75 rupees. Yes. And with these three, now let me show you what is the procedure involved in doing this. So this is my wet waste, which is collected from the kitchen, almost I can say a quantity of 2-3 days of collection. So it is better you do it on basis of your quantity of waste collected. I preferably do it on every alternate day. It's just that you need to dump your waste. Don't worry about the smell, it's on the day one, still okay. As far as it yields good results, this is all manageable. And once you dump in, you need to take the remix and have 3 to 4 handful of mixtures of remix. So I just took 3 handful of remix powder, and along with this, it's good to add up all your other components, which actually fastens your making of the compost. So this is I'm going to add up the microbes, which I was showing in my previous video. So this is, you can add up around 2 spoons, I can say. and you can add some small quantity of neem. And here we go. It's just that it requires some kind of a tampering. Need to remix well. And it's up to you what kind of waste you want to mix it up. As per my experience, avoid anything related to the stems. This really takes a longer time to get decomposed. What kind of mixture you want to add it to the wet waste? Normally there are many things which I try to integrate into it, is like eggshells, and if you're a non-vegetarian, it is good to add up your bone stuff which is left out. And I suggest, like as I said, avoid these stems. It really takes longer time, and finally it has to end up as when you filter it out at the end process, these things will be thrown out again. And I have seen even the groundnut the outside material which comes on the groundnut, even avoid that. It doesn't even decompose. I believe these are, once you mix it well and mixing it up well, do a final touch up, add one more handful of remix, just keep spreading it around. Just compress it. Take a piece of paper and just place it on top of it, for the process to get it done. And here we go. And maybe wait for the next term to happen, maybe in alternate day process, and you keep filling it as and then, and keep it aside and get the part B and part C done, right? Guys, this is my last part, which was I was filling it for last 45 days and kept it aside. And this is how it converts. Like as I said, see, most of the things which did not get decomposed is like the mango seed, and there are a few things which are related more of stems, the palakadas, which is not decomposed. So this all takes bit time. So maybe I'm not sure what is the duration it get decomposed, but probably in the filtering out, all these things gets out, and you will end up with a fine-tuned compost at the end. So the next process after this 45 days, what I need to do this is I'm going to dry it out in a sun for 7 days. So once the drying of 7 days is done, then the filtration comes into the picture, which I will show you how does that after 7 days of drying, and then filtration comes out. I will just show you. After final drying out and making your filtration as shown, now you will end up into 3 different formats of compost, you see, which can be used. So the final outcome will be more, it will be like of this layer, those things. You can just use these kind of compost for a bigger trees over in your garden, and still it just to get used of the total compost whatever we made out of it. So all these things gets over to the bigger trees. So this gets out as a first thing when you do a filtration process, right? And the second level of filtration comes out is actual one. See, this is how your fine-tuned comes up. It is totally dry after 7 days, and I made a second filter, right? So you can see this. It's just that I need to spray a little bit water to make it more moisturized, and then it is ready for the usage. Correct. And the third one, during this filtration you will have this one which I was showing you the video before. This looks very fine-tuned, and it's almost like your almost a tea powder kind of a texture. Yes, so nothing is gone waste over here. The bigger one, something of this goes to a bigger trees, and this I will be using it for my plants in the garden. All these two formats, and it is up to you. Maybe you can use some extra organic manure, maybe a cow manure, so to make it much more organic compost, to more effective, right? And altogether, so I was weighing these two altogether. I was getting almost like 3 to 4 kgs in just 2 pots, on or maybe of 3 pots around 5 kgs of compost you get it, and that makes you more happy, so the waste from your kitchen giving you a compost around 2 months of compost, wet waste getting into 5 kgs of compost, which is really good. I'm super happy about this, and probably I want you guys also to try it out. And thank you. Stay safe. Bye bye.